America, we got to get back to doing what's expected of us as free citizens in this democracy. That means being tolerant, being respectful, staying informed, and being engaged. I'm former Congressman Joe Walsh. Follow me here and join the millions of Americans who are renewing their social contract with each other. The social contract, it's on us. Man, it was nice, wasn't it, to have a day clear of politics. One day, yesterday, Thanksgiving, no politics. I did not send out one political tweet or say anything political all day. I hope you did the same, and I hope you all had a wonderful, relaxing, blessed Thanksgiving. Here we go again, though, right? Here we go again. Let's all assume our roles. Same old script. Come on, go to your places. Something bad, horrible, terrible happens in America. Come on, everybody. Let's assume our roles. There's a shooting. 2 National Guard members shot in D.C. the afternoon before Thanksgiving. Here we go, everybody. Line up. Get ready. Get ready. I'm about to say action. Let's all do our thing. Let's all go to our separate corners and let's all blame somebody for what happened. Let's all blame everybody but the shooter for what happened. Let's do it. This is what we do, America. Something bad, horrible, tragic, terrible happens in America. And we all got to use that bad, horrible, terrible thing to further divide the country. It's the left that did it. Oh, it's all these brown and black migrants. They did it, Joe. Oh, it's all the Afghans we've let into this country the last almost 20 years. They're to blame, Joe. Let's all do it, baby. Let's all do it. It's the language of the left. Let's all assume our positions. As a 20-year-old National Guard young woman from West Virginia is now dead, and a 24-year-old young West Virginian man is barely clinging to life. Two National Guard members from West Virginia ambushed and targeted Wednesday afternoon. A 20-year-old dead, National Guard member now dead. And a 24-year-old clinging to life. So let's all just get stupid. And let's all just get political and divisive. Let's all do what Trump does. And that's all Trump's done since the shooting. The blame game, the blame game, the blame game. Got to blame somebody. Got to blame anybody but the shooter. Got to blame somebody. Got to blame whole swaths of people. Got to blame ideologies. Got to blame colors, and got to blame creeds, and got to blame people from third world countries. We need somebody to blame. Let me be clear. The person to blame for what happened to those 2 National Guard members in D.C. is the shooter. That's what I think. The person to blame is that guy, that sick, evil guy that pulled the trigger. But you know what? To all of my former media and political colleagues on the right, who couldn't say what I just said, Just like with Charlie Kirk, the assassination of Charlie Kirk, they couldn't just say that 22-year-old young guy from Utah, he pulled the trigger, killed Charlie Kirk. All of my former colleagues on the right, they just couldn't do that. They had to blame the left, they had to blame Democrats, whatever. They're doing the same thing here. All of my former friends and colleagues on the right, they're all blaming the language of the left. Or they're all blaming all migrants, all brown and black migrants, all migrants from third world countries, all migrants from Afghanistan, because my former media and political colleagues on the right are all doing this. Well, okay. Maybe this is the only way I can help you think that that's the wrong thing to do, that that's a dangerous and divisive thing to do. So, okay, I'll join. I'll play the blame game. You want to play the blame game for what happened to those two National Guard members from West Virginia? You want to play the blame game? Then blame Trump. I'll do it. I'll blame Donald Trump. Donald Trump is responsible for the death of 20-year-old Sarah Beckstrom from West Virginia. Donald Trump is responsible for 24-year-old Andrew Wolf right now in a hospital, barely clinging to life. Trump's responsible. I'll play the blame game. For purely selfish and political reasons, Donald Trump put those National Guard members in Washington, D.C. They're not doing anything in Washington, D.C., and they haven't been doing anything for weeks and months in Washington, D.C., the National Guard members that Trump put there, but picking up trash and patrolling low crime areas. Trump's to blame. Trump's to blame for that shooting on Wednesday. Trump put them there. Trump made them targets. They were targets. This was a targeted killing. Trump had these two National Guard members on Wednesday walking along a street in a low crime area. No reason for them to be there. Donald Trump made them targets. Donald Trump made them sitting ducks. Donald Trump is to blame for what happened to them. You want to play the blame game? Trump's to blame. For political and selfish reasons. Trump's wasting their time. These National Guard members, man, they got lives, they got jobs, they got families, they got kids. They shouldn't be in D.C. They're picking up trash, man. They're sitting ducks, man. Who did that? And Trump orders after the shooting, Trump orders 500 more National Guard members to D.C. Why? 500 more sitting ducks. You want to play the blame game. Blame the guy who put, for no good reason, none. They're picking up trash. They're bored. They're walking on streets and sidewalks in low crime areas. They're protecting the Washington Monument where no crime happens. You want to blame what happened to 20-year-old Sarah Beckstrom and 24-year-old Andrew Wolf on anybody? Blame Donald Trump to score political points. Trump put these National Guard members in Washington, D.C. Blame him for the killing of Sarah Beckstrom. Blame him for the shooting of Andrew Wolf. Again, just to repeat, I don't want to play the blame game. We play the blame game, right, to just further divide this country. We play the blame game because it's all based on fear and partisan politics, and it's easy to do. Blame the other side. I'm just saying, if you want to go down that road, man, I'll go down that road with you. And I'll go down that road with you punch by punch, man. And I'll blame Trump till the cows come home. If you don't want to join me and blame the shooter for what happened. And see, along these lines, Trump's just, it's hard to say because Trump's so bad. He's such a bad human being. But I was talking to Keith before the show today, and even Trump, and we're used to Trump's badness in our face every day, even him the last few weeks, he sounds even worse. My God, did you catch a whiff of him yesterday, some press conference in Mar-a-Lago? I mean, a reporter, a female reporter, Trump loves to abuse female reporters, asked him a factual question. The shooter, the killer, was an Afghan national. He was welcomed into this country, Operation Welcome Allies. The shooter was an Afghan national who fought alongside our troops in Afghanistan for 15 some years. He fought alongside in secret CIA units. He fought alongside our guys in Afghanistan. And we rightly, man, when we withdrew from Afghanistan, these brave Afghanis who fought alongside us, them and their families, we rightly created a program to welcome them into our country because they fought alongside our troops. And this reporter asked Trump a question. Actually, I don't want to steal the thunder. Keith, we got that, don't we?
The suspect worked very closely with the CIA in Afghanistan for years, that he was vetted, and the vetting came up clean.
He went cuckoo. I mean, he went nuts. And that happens, too. It happens too often with these people. You see them. But look, this is how they come in. This is how they're standing on top of each other. And that's an airplane. There was no vetting or anything. They came in unvetted. And we have a lot of others in this country. We're going to get them out. But they go cuckoo. Something happens to them.
Your DOJ IG just reported this year that there was thorough vetting by DHS and by the FBI of these Afghans who were brought into the U.S. So why do you blame the Biden administration for what this man did?
Are you stupid? Are you a stupid person? Because they came on a plane along with thousands of other people that shouldn't be here, and you're just asking questions because you're a stupid person. And
my God, Keith, stop. My God, media. Do you not have any fucking pride? A week ago, Trump calls a female reporter piggy, and not one member of the media standing right there says anything, like gets in Trump's face and says, how dare you call a female reporter piggy? Here Trump is again calling a female reporter a stupid person, and not one member of the media right there says, excuse me, Mr. President, what a fucking horrible thing to say. She is not a stupid person. Apologize for that. My God, our gutless media. Is there not one member of the media that will stand up and defend a female reporter? My God, media. Not one of you is prepared to risk your access to that fascist, that horrible human being? Is that what it is? You don't want to risk losing your access to him? You'll get out of the White House pool because you challenged the president? He called one of your colleagues a stupid person. She's not a stupid person. She asked a factual question and he lied about it. How come you can't stand up and defend your colleague? My God, media. What a fucking gutless group of people. By the way, I know this is dangerous. because we live in a country with so many people utterly untethered to truth and facts. But I'm going to present some truth and facts to you because, again, everything Donald Trump said there's a lie, an absolute lie. This killer, this shooter came into this country. Again, he fought alongside our troops in Afghanistan for almost 15 years. Not only did he fight alongside our troops, he fought alongside the CIA in special counterterrorism efforts in Afghanistan in what secret programs actually called zero units. So this guy was doing the most dangerous stuff with our guys in Afghanistan. He came into this country in 2021 after we withdrew from Afghanistan. He was part of Operation Allies Welcome, right? Remember all of the Afghan troops who fought alongside of us coming into this country, special visas, qualifying for lawful permanent residence because they served our country. And the facts are this guy and everyone like him from Afghanistan went through the most rigorous screening and vetting you can go through to get into this country, to stay into this country, and to get asylum. This shooter from Afghanistan went through the most rigorous screening and vetting you can go through, even possible. And by the way, Trump's own DOJ, Trump's own CIA, Trump's own DHS officials said exactly that. But in this crazy country we live in, Trump waves a piece of paper with a bunch of people on an airplane and says there was no vetting. He's lying. This guy went through the most vigorous vetting possible. I should also add that when Donald Trump was president, just this past April, this guy was formally granted asylum. So this shooter, this killer, after having gone through that rigorous screening and vetting process to come into this country, to stay in this country, it wasn't until Trump was president this past April that he was finally given asylum. So I could be a jerk, a partisan jerk, and blame Trump. Oh, ho, ho. The shooter, the killer was given asylum under Trump. Trump's to blame. Trump's to blame. No, but I won't do that. But now, it's like I take a day off of politics for Thanksgiving, like I hope you all did. And I come back this morning and I'm catching up. And here we go again. I'm seeing from all of my former colleagues on the right, one migrant does something bad, all migrants are bad. Here we go again. One migrant does something bad, all migrants are bad. One Afghan national does something bad, all Afghan nationals are bad. Here it comes. Here it comes. One Afghan national does something horrible. We got to keep all Afghan nationals out of this country. And right away, that's what Trump begins to do and say. By the way, again, this is such a dangerous thing to do. Facts, the truth. Since this program began in 2021, Operation Allies Welcome, or Operation Welcome Allies, allowing the Afghan nationals and their families who fought alongside us special entry into this country. Since 2021, this is the first person admitted into this country under that program who's done anything bad, who shot and killed anybody. Just this. And by the way, I'll go further. Afghan nationals coming into this country, they've been coming to this country formally since 2006. 19 years after the start of the war in Afghanistan, since 2006. Hundreds of thousands of Afghan nationals allowed into this country. And not until 2 days ago, an Afghan national commits a horrible act of political violence. So all migrants are bad? All Afghan nationals are bad? Well, yeah, that's what Trump thinks. So post the shooting, what has Trump done? He's immediately stopped processing all immigration applications from Afghanistan. He's put a halt on all immigration applications from 19 third world countries. He's ordered an immediate review status of all green card holders in this country from those 19 third world countries. He's ordered 500 more National Guard members to DC, and he spent all weekend attacking Somalians in Minnesota. And if you're asking me why Donald Trump spent not all weekend, the last 2 days since the shooting, attacking Somalians in Minnesota because of what an Afghan national who lived in Washington state did. If you're asking me why Trump did that, spent a lot of his day or two in the last 2 days attacking Somalians in Minnesota for what an Afghan national from Washington state did, if you're asking me to explain that, I won't. I can't. He's a racist, senile idiot. That would be Donald Trump. So again, that's just Trump. But here we go. Here we go, America. Again, forget the facts, forget the truth, forget the data, forget the evidence. There ain't no epidemic of Afghan nationals committing acts of political terror in this country. In fact, this is the first one in 19 years. But Trump and MAGA and all my former peeps on the right, man, let's do it. Let's keep them all out. Let's keep all brown and black people out. Let's keep all brown and black migrants out. Let's keep everyone from Afghanistan out. Like clockwork, it begins. Like clockwork, it begins. Doesn't matter the facts, doesn't matter the truth, doesn't matter the evidence, doesn't matter the data. One Afghan national did something horrible. All Afghan nationals bad. Man, I tell you what, though, you do that. Like, if that's your mindset, one Afghan national did something bad. All Afghan nationals must be out of the country and not admitted into the country. And again, Trump and his people have taken it further. One Afghan national did something bad, comma, so all brown and black migrants from any third world country no longer can come here and need to be kicked out of here because of what one Afghan national did. Well, if that's your kind of outlook, if that's your philosophy, one migrant did something bad, all migrants are bad and must be deported. Well, then all young, white, American-born males should be deported immediately. I mean, if this is our criteria, one Afghan national did something bad, so all migrants gone. My God, young, white, American-born males in this country commit almost all of the mass shootings in America. We should deport them all. We should get them all out of here. Any young, white, American-born male must be deported immediately. They commit damn near all the mass shootings in this country, most of the gun violence in this country. We need to get rid of all young, white, American-born males to be consistent. If this is the road you want to go down. Like everything with Trump. Like everything with Trump. It's fear-based. It's based on fear. Fear is short-term. Fear is emotional. You want to act out on fear. You want to lash out on fear. And so you scare people. Brown and black people. Because of what this one bad, sick person did 2 days ago. By the way, this one bad, sick Afghan national who killed 20-year-old Sarah Beckstrom. And man, I got to tell you, 24-year-old Andrew Wolf, the other West Virginia National Guard member, it doesn't look good. He is barely hanging on. This Afghan national, the reporting is saying, suffered from paranoia, other issues. He was convinced, the early reporting says, that he was going to be deported. This Afghan national that did the shooting on Wednesday, the reporting is from friends and family members of his that he was convinced, he was paranoid, and he was convinced that the Trump administration was going to deport him back to Afghanistan. It's just, it's the day after Thanksgiving. This horrible thing happened the day before Thanksgiving. And right away, Trump comes out and he's giving us a choice, right? Because of what one paranoid Afghan national guy did, Trump wants to keep every brown and black migrant out of this country, and every brown and black immigrant in this country, Trump wants to get out. And so the beauty of that for us is, as Americans, as voters, we get to decide if that's what we want America to be. Is that what we want America to do? Do we want America to be a place that builds a wall around the country and puts up big billboards all over the place on our borders, all over the place, big billboards that say, brown and black immigrants, stay out. Third world immigrants, stay out. Muslim immigrants, stay out. Big billboards all around the country. That's what Trump wants. That's what MAGA wants. That's what Trumpism is. Lock up the border and put big billboards. If you're brown, you're black, you're Muslim, stay out. We don't want you. And if you're brown or black or Muslim and you're already in this country, we're coming after you. That is this Republican Party's vision for America. My former political party's vision for this country. You decide, I decide. Is that what we want America to be? All driven by utter, ignorant, non-fact-based fear. Nah, I think we're better than that. I think we're better than that. As I close this morning, say a prayer for the family of 20-year-old Sarah Beckstrom, now deceased. And say a prayer for 24-year-old Andrew Wolf, that he somehow is able to pull through. Say a prayer for him and his family. Be the opposite of Trump and say a prayer for these 2 National Guard members and their families. By the way, again, damn Trump, blame Trump. Trump put him there. Don't anybody blame our National Guard members. Trump's put them in DC. He's putting them in our cities around this country. They've got lives, they've got jobs, they've got families, they've got kids. Trump's wasting their time and endangering their lives for his own political purposes. Don't blame them, blame him. I'm Joe Walsh. Thanks for listening. By the way, my Substack is Social Contract with Joe Walsh. .substack.com. Thanks, Keith. Social Contract with Joe Walsh. .substack.com. Check it out. Please subscribe. Pretty please. And if you want to shoot me an email, do the social contract with Joe Walsh at gmail.com. All one word, the social contract with Joe Walsh at gmail.com. Thanks for listening, everybody. Have a good day. Be brave.
Thank you for listening. Remember to listen, share, and follow The Social Contract with Joe Walsh on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere great podcasts are found. And be sure to leave a 5-star review. This has been